On June 27th, antitrust regulator CCI issued a show-cause notice to Air India over concerns about competition in the aviation sector. It asked the Tata Group-controlled carrier why its proposed merger with Vistara, which is also controlled by the same group, should not be probed. The CCI has given Air India 30 days to respond. Air India is wholly owned by Tata Sons. And while Tata Sons holds a 51% stake in Vistara, the remaining 49% is owned by Singapore Airlines. While filing the merger application with CCI in April, Tata Sons and Singapore Airlines had said that the amalgamation of Vistara with Air India would not lead to any change in the competitive landscape. They had expressed hope to conclude the merger by March 2024. In November of 2022, Tata Sons and Singapore Airlines announced the merger of the two airlines. As part of the deal, Singapore Airlines would invest about 2,000 crore rupees in the expanded share capital of Air India for a 25.1% stake. Tata Sons would have the remaining 74.9% stake in the combined entity. Vistara was a 51:49 joint venture between Tata Sons and Singapore Airlines even in December of 2021, when the CCI had approved Tata Group's acquisition of Air India and its two subsidiaries in an 18,000 crore rupees deal. The Tatas are consolidating their aviation business and merging the Air India Group's four airlines, which are Air India, Vistara, Air Asia India and Air India Express into two. While Air India is being merged with Vistara to create a single full-service carrier, Air Asia India is being merged into Air India Express to create a single low-cost airline under Air India. Air Asia India and Air India Express are completely owned by Tata Sons, and their merger received CCI approval in June of 2022. Against this backdrop, why is the CCI now concerned about the Air India-Vistara merger plan?
I think the trigger would be that the combination is meeting the prescribed threshold requirements that are there in the Competition Act. And the second is that post the combination, what I understand is that the shareholding of Singapore Airlines will be diluted to approximately 25%. So there is a possibility of change in degree of control of the combined entity. If that is the case, the CCI would look at the deal. Now, the CCI typically has 30 working days to either approve the transaction or send it for a detailed investigation, which we call a phase two investigation. Now, after analyzing the deal and the data provided by the party, the CCI, what I believe, is of the prima facie view that the deal will raise certain competition concerns, and then they have issued a show cause notice to the party to explain why the combination should not go into the phase two investigation. Now, the parties here have 30 days to respond to the notice. During that point of time, they can effectively respond to the notice or provide remedies to the CCI to elevate any CCI concern.
The changes which has happened in the airline market in recent times itself. So today you have Go Air, which has filed for bankruptcy. SpiceJet itself is not in a great shape. So you're looking at a situation where you have Indigo, you have controlled entities of Tata, which is Air India, which is Vistara, which is Air Asia. And when there is this merger which is happening, there is consolidation. So CCI might have thought that this is a fit case where they would like to have a little bit deeper analysis of whether there is going to be any anti-competitive effects because of this merger. And that could be, to my mind, the immediate concerns there.
The Competition Commission of India's mandate is to ensure fair competition in the marketplace, which is why deals beyond a certain threshold require its approval. When it comes to domestic passenger numbers, the Air India Group had a 25.1% market share in the January to March 2023 period, while Indigo, India's largest airline, had a 55.7% share. But on India's top 5 busiest routes, data from aviation analytics firm Cirium show that the Air India Group's 4 airlines hold a share of between 38 to 53% in terms of scheduled flights. Against this backdrop, what approach is the CCI adopting while examining the Air India-Vistara merger?
So the CCI would try to ensure continued competition on all the routes affected by way of this merger. Now, to examine the merger, airline merger in specific, the CCI uses an internationally accepted point of origin and point of destination approach. Now, according to this approach, every point of origin and a point of destination should be considered to be a separate relevant market from the customer standpoint. Now, to put it simply, let's take an example of a flight from Delhi to Jabalpur. Now, a Delhi to Jabalpur flight route would constitute a separate relevant market from the CCI standpoint, and the CCI would see whether the combined entity would face enough competition on this route after the merger. Hence, in summary, the market share on these specific routes will play a very important role.
Finally, what could happen next in the matter?
The CCI would have asked them, the merging parties, to explain why a detailed investigation known as a phase 2 should not be conducted, and they have 30 days to file their response. A phase 2 is a lengthier process where which involves publication of information in newspapers as well as a third-party consultation. After this, the CCI may either approve the transaction, reject the transaction, or propose modifications to the transaction. Such modifications would typically include structural remedies such as divestiture of assets or behavioral remedies such as price commitments. But it is important to note that the CCI has never blocked a deal so far.
Experts believe a show cause notice doesn't necessarily mean that CCI has found a red flag in the proposed Air India Vistara merger. For now, it only means there are aspects of the merger that need to be examined. While we will have to wait for the CCI action's outcome, it is clear that competition in the skies is now on the regulatory radar.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
He's moving from employee to employer. Business Standard.